is the Nugget News at 9. And now for your co-hosts, Emily Tyler and Jared Coker.
Coming to you live from the New Frontier, I'm Jolly Jared, and I'm your guide to all things Gold Rush related. I have been observing the miners and searching for gold myself. I'm here to answer all your questions.
And I'm energetic Emily.
And we are from the Nugget News, where you can catch every nugget of news on the Gold Rush.
Today we will be talking about all the exciting discoveries and new details of the Gold Rush, all the way out in California. One question everyone is talking about is how the Gold Rush got started. Can you help us with that?
Yes, Emily, I can. The Gold Rush started when James Wilson Marshall found flakes of gold in the American River near Coloma, California. This was on January 24th, 1848, and he was a carpenter from New Jersey. He was building a water-powered sawmill around Sacramento. The gold rush that scientists will think in the future is the discovery of the gold nuggets in the Sacramento Valley. It is one of the most significant events in American history during the 19th century. The men of the United States at that time flocked to the Sacramento Valley. Before laws were made, men would bandit the gold mining camps, gamble away all their money, buy prostitutes, and fight with very violent actions. The gold rush sped up the admission of California to the United States as the 31st state.
Jared, how did California become part of the United States?
Well, Emily, in the Mexican-American War, California was a reward for winning it, and without the state, the Mexicans would have all this valuable gold.
So, Jared, who all is out here in California?
Well, Emily, these people are now called the California 49ers. They are called the 49ers because the first productive year of the gold rush was in 1849. There were about 300,000 of them made up of Latin Americans, Europeans, Australians, Asians, and Americans.
Oh my! Where did all these people come from?
Well, Emily, 50% of them came by sea, and the other 50% of the people came by the California Trail and the Gila Trail to come find the infamous gold in California. The people that came by sea sailed around Panama and Cape Horn, which is the southernmost point of South America. Now, it is time to check in with Nicole for the Sports Talk of the Week.
Hi folks, I'm Nicole, and today in sports, we'll be talking about the boxing champion, Chase Howerton. In this clip, he's fighting the lowly Jared Coker.
Ooh, yeah, Jericho! Yeah! Fight! Yeah!
On another note, there's a cricket team of Jackie and Brie, and they are unstoppable this season. They are an amazing 14-0. Back to you,
Thanks,
Emily.
Nicole.
Now back to our discussion of the Gold Rush. When is this happening again, Jared?
Well, the gold rush started in 1848 and is now wrapping up in the grand year of 1855.
And where are we in the great state of California?
We are in the exquisite city of San Francisco.
How do the workers get the gold, Jared?
Well, Emily, sometimes they basically just pick it off the ground. And when that was gone, they started to pan for it in the riverbeds and streams.
We'll be right back. Now it's time for commercials.
Go rush, go rush. They're the men with the rookie touch, and amateur's touch. Such a go rush, go rush. Welcome you to enter their world of dirt and flannel shirts. Golden dust makes them happy and high. Back home their wives way off standby. 'Cause the Gold Rush Boys has only one goal: to tap that glory hole. Go rush, Tuesday at night. Go rush, on Discovery Channel.
And we're back. Wow, Jared, that was a nice break. Are you ready to continue?
Yes, Emily, let's continue just so I can get back to searching for more gold.
Well, Jared, will the gold rush still be important later on in the world?
Absolutely, Emily. Gold will still be a huge industry in the United States and for the rest of the world.
Jared, why is it important today?
The gold rush creates growth in these cities and towns, along with new infrastructure in these towns. The gold rush creates boom towns. which are cities that grow rapidly due to prosperity in the town or the city. The gold rush has helped to urbanize the Western Front with new railroads, increased steamship activity, as well as agriculture is being spread throughout the West with new goods. The gold rush is creating roads, adding churches, schools, and spreading of ranching. Now we have developed the system of staking claims and laws that protected the gold and the people's property from others trying to steal it.
Oh my, Jared. That's a lot of help for our economy and the strength of our great nation.
Yes, Emily, it has been and will continue to be a great discovery.
Wow, Jared. That's a lot of information to process at once.
Sorry, Emily, I'm just telling you all that I know. But now it's time to check in on the weather for this week. Back to you, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole here, and this week's weather is going to be brutal. Monday it's going to be a cool 75 degrees with clouds. Tuesday it's going to be 98 degrees and sunny. Make sure to wear your sunscreen. Wednesday there will be a change for the worse, and it will be 35 degrees and icy. Remember your coats this day. Thursday we will see a rise in temperature to a nice 60 degrees. Friday will be a low of 17 degrees and a high of 20. With Saturday skyrocketing to a high of 107 degrees. Next Sunday will be a high of 24. Thanks everybody for staying on your toes. Back to you,
Thanks,
Emily.
Nicole. Jared, did Marshall try to keep this a secret?
Yes, Emily, he did. Although it did not help much because the newspapers were reporting large quantities of gold in a sawmill. Something interesting that happened was when people found out about the gold discovery, they got up and left their entire lives to find the gold and their chance at a life of riches.
Did anything bad happen?
Unfortunately, yes. Once the gold started to become more difficult to reach, then a hydraulic mining technique was developed, and although it made a major profit, it was really harming the environment.
That is very sad, Jared. Do you have any last-minute comments to add before we go?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right, well, I'm Emily the Energetic.
And I'm Jared the Jolly.
And
we're from the Nugget News, where you can catch every nugget of news on the Gold Rush.
Was the Nugget News at 9, and those were your co-hosts, Emily Tyler and Jared Coker. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a wonderful evening.
Of San Francisco, of San Francisco, of San Francisco, of San Francisco.